Happy Monday morning. Happy 1st of July. I'm live on, or am I live at? I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on TikTok. Might add in Facebook moving forward. But we are live on Instagram and live on TikTok right now. A couple of things I'm going to announce to you all before we get into this. As y'all are coming in, shout yourselves out. Tell me your names and locations. Y'all can hear me all right, right? On Instagram, y'all can hear me. TikTok, you can hear me. Tell me your names and locations as y'all are checking in. We're going to get into this topic here today. What we're going to talk about on this Monday game, what to invest in. That's the topic. What you should invest in. We're going to go about 30 minutes here. I'm stopping at 8:30 on the dot. It is 8:02 a.m. as I'm recording this right now, as I'm speaking right now. As y'all are coming in, shout yourselves out. I'm going to introduce myself in a minute. The topic here today, again, is what to invest in. I will tell you all that I might go live. I might go live at the same time. Maybe I'll start going live consistently at the same time. Because people always ask me that. How often do you go live and when do you go live? So I might just start going live at 8 a.m. Eastern consistently. I think I'll do that at least this week. Maybe this week I'll do that. 8 a.m. Eastern, I'm going to go live consistently. The topic today, though, is what to invest in. The topic's going to be different every day. Sometimes I talk about business stuff. This is more of a business and development topic. Sometimes it's a straight mindset topic. And sometimes I'll talk about a current event, something like that. Most of the time, not current events, but that's what I'm going to talk today. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dre Baldwin. Many know me as Dre all day. I'm a former 9-year pro athlete, author of 35 books, and on 4 TEDxTalks. I created this brand called Work on Your Game. What we do here is we take the tools to help athletes reach the top of the sports world. We translate them over to the business world to help professionals perform at your highest level, do so consistently, and make more money in your business. If you want to do that, performance, consistency, and results. So in business, most of the time, the people I work with in business, professionals, they're looking to make more money. But in other, whatever area of results, whatever kind of results you're trying to get to, that's what we help people do. Performance, high performance, doing it consistently, which leads to results. That's what we do here at Work on Your Game, regardless of who we're working with. So the topic again today is what to invest in. I got, how many points do I have here? 1, 2, 3. I got 4 points I want to get through here. And again, we're going until 8:30 on the dot. So let's get into it. So all of you, I think most of you listen to this understand the general concept of investing. Right? All y'all know what that means, right? When somebody says invest in stuff, y'all know what that means, right? That means you put something in now and you're going to get more out later. So you make an investment in finance, you put some money in right now, and then later on, hopefully that money grows and you have more money. If you invest in your body, you go to the gym every day consistently, you do the workouts, which may not be fun or easy, but you understand on the back end, you're going to be in better shape. So we all understand the concept of investing. You put something in now, which may be challenging, but you get more out on the back end. And that means that you delay gratification and you get all the benefits later because you're willing to do the hard stuff now. That's what investment is about. And that's why investing is a discipline, because you have to delay gratification. You don't get the immediate results when you're investing in things. So today I'm going to tell you 4 specific things, no matter what you do in life, no matter what you do for a living. You could be an entrepreneur, you could be a librarian, you could drive a trash truck, you can be a student, you can be an athlete, you could be anywhere in between those. These 4 things you should always invest in, no matter what you are doing in your life now and moving forward. Everybody got it? Good. Point number 1, what to invest in. Speed. This is the most important thing to invest in is speed. Why do I tell you to invest in speed? Because investing in speed means you can get to an outcome faster with the investment than you would get to it without the investment. Does everyone understand that? Let me give you an example. When you are, let's say you're selling stuff online. All right, so I'm live on TikTok and I'm live on Instagram right now. So if I'm selling stuff online, I want people on the internet who may not know me to know about my new course or my new book that I'm selling or my mastermind that I'm putting together. And I want as many people as possible, like the right type of people, to know about my offer. Well, what's the fastest way for me to get a bunch of people to know about it? The fastest way is for me to run advertisements, which allow me to reach more people like you as quickly as possible with my offer. I can just run an ad that says, hey, my name is Dre Baldwin. I got this course called ABC, and I want you to sign up. Just click the link and you can go see everything that it's about. That allows me to reach a whole bunch of people really quickly. The more money I spend, the more people I can reach. That allows me to hopefully, assuming that my product is good and I'm targeting the right people, to make more sales faster than if I didn't do that and I just, let's say, just make posts on TikTok and Instagram. I can still sell that way, but I could probably sell more faster if I just ran ads. So the advertising, folks, is not a cost, it's an investment, because I'm investing in reaching more people faster. If any of you knows anything about online marketing, you know that advertising is the fastest way to market a product and reach as many people as possible quickly through ads. Why? Because the more money you spend, the more people you reach. So if I run ads on TikTok, the more money I spend, the more people I get to. Facebook, same thing. Instagram, TikTok. X. What's the other one? LinkedIn. Anywhere that I run ads, Google, I'll reach a bunch of people, the more money I spend. So you want to invest in speed because speed, again, ostensibly means you're getting to the outcome sooner. Let me give you another example that's out of business. Let's say I want to get in shape, right? I want to get in really good shape, but right now I don't feel like I'm in the best shape I could be in. Well, what can I do? How can I invest in speed to get in shape faster? Well, there's a couple of things you could do, but I'm going to tell you what I would do. The healthiest way to do it is you go hire a personal trainer. You hire a trainer who knows their stuff and knows stuff better than you do and is willing to push you and have you do stuff that you wouldn't be willing or able to push yourself to do. And the trainer is going to help you get in shape faster than you could help yourself get in shape. Like, that's what a personal trainer does. So when I hire a trainer, let's say me, I'm a former professional athlete. I work out every day. Why would I hire a trainer? I know how to work out. I know how to use every piece of equipment in the gym. I know how to do exercises. I'm already in better shape than 99% of people, especially in my age. I'm hiring a personal trainer not because I don't know what to do. See, a lot of people get this mixed up. You don't hire coaches and consultants and trainers because they have knowledge and information that you don't have necessarily. Sometimes you hire them for that. But many times when somebody who's already a high level performer, type people who I work with are already high level performers. So most of the time they're not coming to me because they need information. They know what to do and they often know how to do it. What they're coming to someone like me for is they want that little extra 2% that they don't have, which is who can push me to do stuff that maybe I know how to do, but I'm just not doing it. Maybe I'm not doing it fast enough. Maybe I'm not doing it effectively or efficiently enough. This trainer or coach is going to help me get to that little bit higher level than where I'm already at. Now, some of you may be listening to that and saying, well, why would they even need to do that? They're already doing pretty good. Well, think about it. Every professional athlete has a trainer. Why do they have trainers? They're already good. They're already the best in the world at what they do. Why does a professional athlete have a trainer? Why do I have a lot of high-level entrepreneurs? Those of y'all follow may see these people online. Why do high-level entrepreneurs all have coaches? Why do they all join paid masterminds? Why do they go to conferences? Why do they buy books? Why do they sign up for courses? Why do they do that? Why are they spending money to learn stuff when they're already doing better than damn near everybody else in their space? Why are they doing it? And I'll answer all questions when I get to the end of it. One Race Alliance who's asking. I'll answer all the questions when I get to the end. So anybody got a question, I'll answer them at the end. So why do they do that? We do that because we're trying to get to the outcome sooner. That's the whole point. Getting to the outcome faster means we're willing to make an investment. Or if we want to make it, we make an investment so we can get to the outcome faster. And again, you can do this in any aspect of your life. So a speed investment is not an information investment. A lot of times we already have access to information. Most of you, actually everybody who's listening to me right now, all of you have access to the internet, which means you can access pretty much all the known information in the world, 99% of it for free within seconds without getting up from your couch. All of you can do that. All y'all know how to use Google, right? All right, most of y'all familiar with Chat GPT and AI. Even if you don't know that, you know Google, any information you want, just type it in, it'll tell you what you want to know, right? Okay, so nobody needs information. None of you needs information. Let me tell you what the thing is that you do need. Let's move on to point number 2. What we're talking about here today is what to invest in. Second thing to invest in is insight. Not information, but insight. What is insight? Insight is the main thing that I help people with. It's one of the biggest things that I help people with is insight. Insight helps you do all the other things I'm going to say here today. Insight is about taking the information that you have and learning to look at that information from the right angle and use it the right way in the right place at the right time for the right reasons so that you can get your desired outcome. That's what insight is about. Insight is not just raw information. See, Google will give you information. Google cannot give you insight. See, that's the difference between, that's the reason why, better said, most of us have access, all of us have access to 99% of the known information in the world, yet many people, despite access to all this information, still don't know what to do. They still feel stuck and they're still not getting their outcomes. Why is that? Is it because you need more information? No, it's not because you need more information. It's because you don't have the insight. In other words, you don't know what to do with the information. That's what insight is about. Insight is about what to do with the information that you have. Because there's plenty of information out there. So if information is the only thing that you need, then you have no problems. You should have every single thing that you need, every goal reached, and easy, because information is already out there for free. So even though we all have access to Google, artificial intelligence, and books, many people still feel, and people tell me this all the time, they don't have the information. I don't know what to do. I don't have the right stuff. What they really mean is they don't know how to apply the information. Not that they don't have it, is that they don't know how to apply it, and they wouldn't know what to do with it. So let me give you an example. When you were in school, right? And maybe some of you are still in school. When you were in school, you would have a test or a quiz, and you weren't allowed to look at your book. If you looked at the book during a test or a quiz in school, that was called cheating, right? And then you would get caught by the teacher, and then you get a failing grade. You might get kicked out of school, depending on where and when you did it. And so school is what they call a closed book test. You cannot look at the book. You can't look at your, I don't know how they do it in school these days, but I'm guessing you can't look at your phone and stuff while you're supposed to be taking the test. You can't look at the other person's paper. You're not allowed to do that stuff. That's cheating, right? All the knowledge has to come out of your head. In life, outside of school, real life, quote unquote, real life is an open book test. Open book test means in life right now, all of you listening to this who's not in school, if you face a challenge or a problem or an issue or something that you need to address, you can look anywhere you want for the information to solve the problem, right? You can look at any book you want. You go anywhere on the internet you want. You look at your phone all day. You can watch all the YouTube videos you want. You can sign up for a course. You can call anybody you want and get any information you want to help solve your problem. Life is an open book test. You're looking anywhere you want to get the information to solve any problem. So how is it that people still feel stuck? I ask you this question. Let me take a sip of my protein shake while y'all figure out why that is. In school, you had to answer all the questions and you weren't allowed to look at anything. But in life, you can look at anything you want and people still can't answer the question. Why is that? How is that possible? You look at any book you want, but you still can't answer the question. I'm going to tell you why. Answer is most people don't know which book to look in. Any of you ever been to a library before? Especially a library like on a college campus. You go to a library on a college campus, there are thousands of books in a library. So you need to answer a certain question. Which book do you look in? From which book do you get your information? The answer is many people don't know. See, you don't know which book to look in. It doesn't matter. You have access to all the books. You see, Google will give you answers to any question that you ask. But if you don't know which question to ask, then it doesn't matter. You have access to Google. It can give you all the answers, but you got to ask the right question. Insight is about asking the right question. It's not about having all the answers. And that's what I specialize in, is helping people ask the right questions. When you ask the right questions, now you have the information that you need. See, it's not just having information, period. It's having the information that you need, not just information. YouTube will give you a ton of information. TikTok gives you information. Instagram gives you information. So why do people still feel stuck? Because you don't know which information. You don't know what to do with it. You don't know which one to ask for. You don't know where to apply it, how to apply it, or why you're applying it. That's insight. Insight closes that gap. Everybody understand what I'm saying here? So high level people are looking for insights. They're not looking for information. If you're still looking for information, you're still playing the game at a lower level. You need to raise your level of understanding and start looking for insight. And insight is something that you invest in. This is not something that you just go in. You usually don't figure these things out on your own. Like even me, I'm teaching this stuff. I still invest in insight because there are people out there who think differently from me. See, when I invest in insight, folks, understand this. I don't invest in insight because, or like, let's say I hire a coach or I sign up for a course or I buy somebody's book or I go to somebody's program. I'm not doing it because the person is smarter than me or because they have more information than me necessarily. They don't even have to be smarter than me. They don't even have to be better than me. I could be better than them, smarter than them, with more knowledge and information and education, quote unquote, than them. They still can have an insight that I don't have. I'm willing to invest in that insight. Why? Because the insight is a better quality question that allows me to achieve my goals faster. I'm willing to make that investment. And this is a mindset. This is not a skill set thing. Everybody got that? All right, let's move on. Point number 3. And also, when you hire coaches, number 3. So we're talking today about what to invest in. Third thing is, and I'll answer all the questions at the end. Number 3, access. You want to invest in access. What does access mean? Somebody said somebody asked who's willing to share their insights. So I will answer this question. You have to invest in it. That's the whole point. The topic of today is what to invest in. Investing means you are putting your resources in to get these things out. I'm not telling you you're going to get these things for free. You have to invest in them. That's the reason why they're called investments. So the third thing is access. You want to invest in access. What does access mean? Access means getting into a room that you otherwise couldn't get into unless you made an investment. That's what access means. Like, for example, I went to the gym this morning. The gym is not free. Well, there's a gym in my building. It comes with you still got to pay to live here. As long as you live here, then you use the gym. But you got to pay to live here to get to the gym. But the gym I go to is outside of the building. I don't use the gym in the building. I use this other gym. And that gym is not free. I pay. I have a membership, and the membership is $100, $150 a month, whatever it is. Every month I pay for access to that facility. Now, why would I pay for access to that facility? I'm paying because I want to be in that environment. I want access to the equipment. I want access to the people. I want to meet whoever's in there. I want to be in that environment. I'm willing to pay for that access. How many of you have ever been on how many of you ever paid for a first class flight? How many of you ever flew on a plane and you sat in first class? Any of you ever sat in first class? Now, why would you sit in first class? Why would you pay extra to sit in first class? I see people talking about this on the internet sometimes. They're like, these dummies paid double for a first class ticket when we all get off the plane at the same place at the same time. Why would you pay extra for a first class ticket? LOL. Why do people pay to sit in first class? You pay to sit in first class for access. You pay for the access. And I'm going to address all questions and comments at the end. So anybody got a question or comment, just stay to the end. We're only going to 8:30, so it's 8:17 right now. So I'm going to address everything. So if you got something you want me to address, I will. You pay for the access. What do you get when you sit in first class? Well, first of all, you get a different experience. Secondly, you raise your identity up in the eyes of the company, which leads to other perks and benefits. Third, you get access to the other people who paid for access to first class, which means you may meet the right type of person. I met a lot of right type of people sitting in first class plane seats. Another thing you get food. You get treated a certain way. They give you, you get champagne. You can get a drink. You don't get any of that stuff when you sit in coach. I'm not saying you shouldn't sit in coach. If you like to sit in coach, sit in coach. All I'm saying is people pay for first class because they're getting access to something that you otherwise would not have access to. I'm not saying that you need to do it. I'm just using it as an example. When you go to a conference, for example, when I go to conferences, one of the reasons that I go to events these days, if I go to conferences, is not because I'm looking for the information from the person on the stage. Because at this point, I have enough experience to know most of the stuff that gets said on the stage by most speakers at most events, I can get that same information from one of their books, from their social media. I can sign up for their course or their coaching program and get the exact same information that they're speaking from the stage. The stage presentations, for the most part, in my experience, are more entertainment than informational. And I'm not saying that to knock it, because I speak on stages at conferences as well. The point being, the reason that I go to conferences and pay for the tickets is because I want to meet the other people who came to the conference. That's why I go to conferences. I do not go to conferences to listen to the speakers. I go to conferences to meet the other people who paid for a ticket too. I want to meet the person sitting next to me on this side, person sitting on that side. I go hang in the lobby. I want to meet those other people. I want people to see me. I want to see them. That's why I go to events. Anytime I go to an event, any of you ever go to an event that I'm at, you will see me. When I go to conferences, I always hang in the lobby and just say hi to people, talk to people, random people. I just want to meet people. I'm paying for the opportunity to meet people. That's why I go to the event. That's why I pay for the ticket. I'll pay $1,000 and fly and a hotel and all of that just to go to an event, just so I can meet the people. I'm paying for access. Now, somebody might say, well, Dre, isn't the whole point of the conference the people who stand on the stage? You can meet people at Whole Foods. You can meet people in the street. Why would you pay to meet people at a conference instead of focusing on the information on the stage? That's a good question. Let me answer it. Thing is, when you go to a conference, all the people are all in one place at the same time. That's what I'm paying for. I'm paying to meet all of them at once at the same time. So if you're an entrepreneur right now, like let's say you live in Miami, I live in Miami. Is it possible we could randomly meet at the mall or on the train somewhere one day? Yes, it's possible we could randomly meet. But what's the chances? What's the likelihood that that's all going to happen? Right? It's not very likely that we'll just randomly meet. And even if I walk past you in the grocery store, how would I know that you're an entrepreneur and you would know that I'm one? It's not like I'm walking around with a sign on my forehead that says, hey, entrepreneur, talk to me. That doesn't happen. But if I go to a conference, we're all there for the same reason at the same time, and you're there to meet people. So that's how I meet a whole bunch of people. I made so many connections in business just from going to events because I'm paying for the access. And that's the reason that I do it. One of the reasons that I live in South Florida, and it is not cheap to live in South Florida. I can take what it costs me, the cost of living down here in South Florida, and I could live 10 levels higher if I moved to North Dakota or something. The whole point being, I paid for the access living down here because of the people who I want to meet, and also the lifestyle. I just like it down here. Yeah, that may change, but the whole point is you're paying for the access, and access is something that you invest in, folks. This is not something that you randomly get. So I want to make sure everybody keeps getting that. That's why I keep emphasizing it. You pay for this. All right, this is something that you put your money on the table to get. I want to join the mastermind. I joined the mastermind not because the person who's running the mastermind is some genius. They might be a genius, but that's not why I'm paying for the mastermind. The reason I pay for the mastermind is because I want to meet the other people in the mastermind. That's why you join masterminds. You join masterminds because you want to meet the other people who also paid to join. So if there's a mastermind that costs $50,000 a year, I want to join it, not because of the main person who's running it. I want to meet everybody else who invested $50,000. Why? Because I'll make my $50,000 back through my associations with those people. Everybody got it? All right, moving on, number 4. We got 8 minutes left. We are talking here today about what to invest in. Fourth thing you want to invest in is, I just said it, association. You want to invest in association. What is association? Association is about tapping into other people and their networks and finding out who they know, what they're doing, so that you can get things done that you otherwise would not be able to get done by yourself. That's what association is. So let me state this another way and do it more plainly. You will get more done through and with other people, i.e. relationships, than you will ever get done by yourself, no matter how hard you work, how smart you are, and how focused and determined you may be. You will get more done through other people than you ever get done by yourself. I don't care how smart you are, how hard you work, how motivated you are, how much information you have, even how much money you have. You can't buy your way to success doing it all by yourself. You have to leverage other people. And other people know things that you don't know. They can do stuff that you can't do. They know people who you don't know. And they have insights that you don't have. That's why you need to pay for access to other human beings. So when I join the mastermind, I'm not only paying for the access, I'm also paying for the association. I want to associate with some folks. I want to meet these people. You hire a coach. What are you paying for? You're paying for association to that person. Now you have access to their brain. You ever hear somebody use the phrase pick your brain? I want to pick your brain. All right, well, when you hire a coach, you get to pick their brain. So now when you talk to your coach, you can ask them any question you want. They'll answer all your questions. That's picking your brain. You pay for that association, folks. That's not free. You pay for that. So all these associations, again, through other people, these are worth something. Because again, I just told you, you will get more done through other people than you ever get done by yourself. So any of you out there listening, and you're this lone wolf trying to do everything on your own, and you're just trying to hard work your way and what we call white knuckling your way to success. If you're really good and you work hard, you can achieve a good amount of success by yourself, but you're going to hit a ceiling where you're like, all right, I can't go any further. You feel like you're still working hard, you're doing your thing, but your success has kind of plateaued. You can't get any further because you're trying to do everything on your own. Here's the problem, folks. First of all, you can only be in one place at a time. For example, while I'm doing this right now, I can't be on the phone making calls. I can't be sending emails or replying to emails. I can't be updating my profile on some social media app. I can't be on a stage speaking. I can't do anything else right now while I'm doing this. But I can have somebody on my team doing that. If I have people in place to do those things, I can have other people doing stuff while I'm doing one thing, they can be doing another thing. So you can't be in more than one place at a time. Secondly, you don't have every skill. You don't have every skill. All right. Most human beings, and many of you need to take note of this, are good at, and when I say good, I mean professional level good, meaning you can make a full-time salary doing a thing. Most people have about 3 skills at the most where you're good enough to do that. You got 3 things you're good enough at that you could earn a full-time salary doing it. 3, not 10, not 12, not 17, 3. I have 3 professional level skills. I like speaking to audiences, like what I'm doing right now, even online. I like speaking one-on-one. So those will be like my coaching calls or a sales call, and writing. Those are 3 things that I'm professional level at. And that can encompass many things. So that could be a speech, virtual or live. It could be making videos. It could be doing, again, like a live stream. It could be writing a blog post. It could be writing a book. So writing, speaking to audiences, and speaking one-on-one. Those are the 3 things that are my best skills. So anytime I'm doing something that's not one of those 3, I'm thinking to myself, how can I get myself off of that job and just focus more on these 3 things? And each of you needs to know what your top 3 is. Or it might only be top 2, or it might only be one thing. It might only be one. Let's take somebody like LeBron James, for example. He only needs one, playing basketball. All right, that one thing got him, everybody knows his name, right? Okay. You don't have to have 3. You might only have 1. You might only have 2. But is no more than three. No human being is professional level at more than three things. And not everybody even has three. Some people is only one, some people is only two. The point being, you need to use other people in the process to get those off. All right, so let me recap these points and I'm going to answer questions. Anybody got a question or comment, put it in the comments now. We got 3 minutes. So we're talking what to invest in. Number one, invest in speed, getting things done faster. Again, all these are things that you're going to put money into. Number two, insight. This is taking information that you have and learning how, when, where, and why to apply it. Number three, access. Getting into a room that you otherwise wouldn't get into unless you paid to get into that room. It is worth it. And number four, association. Utilizing other people, their brains, their insights, their knowledge that, again, will help you get things done that you never would have gotten done on your own. Questions, comments, put them in the comment section right now, and we're going to address them. So let's see. One Racing Line said no BWC today. Yeah, BWC kicked me out. Last I heard, I got kicked off the schedule, so I don't know. You had to ask them. I got kicked off the schedule. So they switched it up and they said you're not on the schedule anymore. So I don't know. You had to ask them. That's all I know. So I'm really good at one-on-ones. So thank you. I am good at one-on-ones. That's why I focus on it. So anybody on TikTok got a question or comment, go ahead and post it and I will address it. So let's see. I saw some comments coming on TikTok, but again, this TikTok scroll comment thing is so small that I got to scroll through this whole thing to see it. So if you got a question or comment on TikTok, post it now. I'm looking right now so I can address question. No, it's not a question. Still didn't get to the questions. Somebody said information is unfiltered online. There's agendas out there who hide real answers. Sometimes that's the issue. It's not that people are hiding the real answers. It's just that the answer depends on the quality of the question. So if you ask a low quality question, you're going to get a low quality answer. It's not that people are hiding the information from people. It's just that people are asking the wrong question. Google will give you whatever information you want. That's not people. And also hard to know what's a credible source. Again, that's why you invest. And when you invest, everybody heard the saying, you get what you pay for, right? Okay, so if you're trying to get all your information for free, well, that's exactly why a lot of people feel the way that what you said there. Somebody said you played on Remember the Titans. I don't know what that. I didn't see the movie, but cool. Somebody said Google University and YouTube University. Yeah, but those don't produce high quality graduates. Somebody said who's willing to share the insights? The people who you invest in. Most access comes at the cost of your morals and licking boots. No, I disagree with that. How do I set up access for others to invest in? Well, first of all, you got to make yourself a quality individual so that people want to invest in you. You got to make yourself somebody that people are actually looking for. If they're not looking for you, then that's the first step. It's called positioning. So tune into my show called Work on Your Game. It comes out every single day. It's free. Work on Your Game Masterclass. It's on all the podcasting apps, Apple, Spotify. Just look me up. It's called Work on Your Game. I got an episode on positioning that'll help you out. So let's see. Journey Rain Kendall said, you're one of my favorites to learn from and look forward to. Well, I'm still here. I'm still alive. But yeah, they kicked me off. They kicked me off the schedule. Today's July 1st. So they said they were going to a transition. They kicked me off the schedule. That's all I can tell you. So you had to ask them anything else you want to know about that. But that's what I was told. And as you can see, here we are. So let's see. Journey Rain said, what are some of the most useful events or things you look forward to in choosing events for making associations? Well, I just choose an event of people who I'm following their stuff and I know their stuff. So I know that they're bringing in quality individuals and I go to the conference and again, I just hang out where all the people, I hang out in the lobbies. I go talk to people. I make eye contact with people. I got an episode on my show. Everything I'm talking about here, I got an episode on my show talking about where I just talk to people. I just stand in the lobby. I go to conferences with thousands of people there and I just stand in the lobby and when people walking by, I say, hey, how you doing? And I just start talking to people. I just strike up conversations. This is the stuff that I don't know how old any of y'all is who's in here. Any of y'all who's over the age of 30, 35 maybe. This is what we used to do before we had smartphones. If you wanted to talk to a person, you had to actually talk to a person. You couldn't do it through a phone. You had to actually speak to a live human in real life. So I came up in the era where you had to actually speak to people in real life. So that's it. I guess say easy for me. I'm used to doing it. And at the same time, I know how to use the internet. So I do both. So Journey Rain Kennels, I got an episode on my show where I talk about that. Again, my show is called Work on Your Game. You can find it on all the apps. I'm going to answer these last questions and we're wrapping this up. Madrich says, have you ever made misjudgments in an investment in something or someone you believed in? Yes. I made plenty of investments that ended up being the wrong investment, but that's the risk of investment, is that sometimes you invest money and you don't win. You can invest in the stock and the stock goes down. You lose your money. That just happens. That's the game. Everything in life has a trade-off. There are no perfect outcomes, only trade-offs. Avi says, look like what you do in pay to play. Struggle with the correct access, not by yourself. Yeah, I think directionally, I think you got that right. I think I got that right. Somebody said that's the part that's hard for me. I'm over 50. What part? Talking to people in person? If you're over 50, that means you talk to people in person even into your adulthood. Or do you mean the internet? But any of you over age of 30 or 35, I mean, you remember the era when you couldn't talk to somebody through a smartphone. And those of you who are under 30, you need to learn how to talk to people in person, not just through a phone. You need to be able to actually walk up to a person in real life and just start a conversation. So people in my range, let's say you're between the ages of, I say 30 and 50, we got it great, because we grew up in the era where you had to speak to people in person, and we were young enough that we hopped on the internet at the same time. So we got both. No perfect outcomes, only trade-offs. That's correct. There are no perfect scenarios in life. There are only trade-offs. The trade-off of investing is that you might lose your investment. A trade-off of living in Miami is that sometimes we get rain. We got a rainy season here. We got not a rainy season, but a storm season. So we get random storms, random rain, etc. So yes, talking to people in small talk, no, that's something I can help you with. I got a book called 25 Conversation Starters. One Race Alliance. You can get that. Go to workonyourgame.com/books with an S on the end. It's called 25 Conversation Starters. And also come into Work on Your Game University. I coach people on those things. Okay, everybody. So we're wrapping this up. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go live every day this week at 8 a.m. Eastern. Let me before y'all hold me to it, let me check my schedule. I just thought about this morning. So every day this week, from 8 o'clock to 8:30, I'm just checking my schedule to make sure I can actually follow through on this. And even on 4th of July, yes, even 4th of July, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going live every day this week at 8 o'clock Eastern, okay? So y'all want to catch it? Y'all like these lives? I'm going live every day this week at 8 o'clock Eastern. Put it on your calendar, put it on your schedule. I will be right here. Any of you got any questions or comments from me about anything you heard here, or want to take the conversation further, send me a DM. My team is watching the DMs. We'll start a conversation there. Everybody have a great day. Work on your game. We out here.